All right. Well, we're looking up here. We were looking straight forward last time, but I have a different thing on the tripod. We're looking up now. But either way, welcome to, you know what? It's the new year. Welcome to the SwordB&B.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that. SwordB&B. I'm not going to change anything for like another month, but for those keen-eyed listeners who listened to the very beginning of the podcast, it's changing. Yeah. I'm Ben.
I'm Other Ben.
And we are just two Bens here to talk about some Commander. More importantly, Commander in 2020. Now that it's over.
Yeah.
The worst year ever.
Yeah.
Like, some people had to deal with the plague. Others had to deal with other plagues. We had to deal with our plague. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, we did it. We did it,
guys. We survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do have a special episode today.
Yeah.
Where we're going to talk about the top 10 cards for the year.
Yep.
Those are pretty exciting. They're completely our opinion, and we wholly understand if you guys disagree with us, because you're going to.
Yep.
We have the worst card from each of the mainline sets. So no Commander Legends, no Secret Lair, no Jumpstart, nothing like that. Just the 4 main Zs for this year. And then cover a couple little controversial things that happened for the year. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, without further ado, let's cut into this.
All right.
Yeah, you like that?
Ooh, I did like that.
It used to be the other one, but now let's cut into this.
Yeah,
that
was good. That was clever. I didn't think of that.
Thank you. I thought of it on the spot.
That's great.
I was gonna say get into the 99. All right. So for today, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It is January 1st. It's not. It's December 30th right now. But to you guys, it's January 1st or any time after that. Yep. So Happy New Year, guys. I hope that you guys are doing awesome, and all of your New Year's resolutions are coming to fruition.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think the first thing we should talk about today.
Yes.
Is those controversies.
Yeah.
Controversies.
Absolutely.
And there's two.
There's two.
There's two big ones. We're not going to cover Twitter controversies. I can't say the word. Controversy. Yeah, that. There you go. We won't cover any of the ones that you see mainly on Twitter that comes down to things like, I don't know, heterosexual white males and whatever their thing is about. Those aren't the ones we're talking about. We want to talk about the ones that are strictly to WotC, and there's two big ones that happened this year. The first was the Uber banning, the super banning, the completely erased from all Magic banning of the deemed racist cards of Magic. And I don't have the list in front of me, but it is one that's worth looking up. Invoke Prejudice is on there. That one, honestly, this probably should have been gone a long time ago.
You're right.
But there was a few other ones where I think some people wanted to make that debate like, we don't need to get rid of it. It's not racist. It's just of a different time. We just want to be clear here that we fully support WotC and their banning of these cards, as long as they start giving us preview cards to show people. We're playing both sides of the field on this one. But no, we do agree with for the most part. Some of them were pretty racist. Some of them, there's that ambiguity where the racism was more tied to the text on the card and the fact that you could pretty easily construe it as just being a piece of the color pie and not necessarily indicative of the skin color. But we're not going to fight that. It's not our card game to choose those things, and we'll always support WotC and what they're doing unless it's like hiking prices or anything. For stuff like this, I mean, it's better just to understand their idea with it and move along. But I will not be posting any of the pictures because people get really upset when you post those pictures.
Fair enough.
So what I will do is I will put some kitty cats.
Okay.
Some kitty cats, maybe like a puppy. Maybe like Bob Ross. Yeah, like one right here. I might have a couple below us. Maybe like if I can find an animated one licking my face. I don't know. We'll see. But that was like the first main controversy of the year was these banned cards.
Right.
And the second one, and this is one where I can legitimately, I think, say I did have my own criticisms with it.
Right.
And that was in what, August or October? I can't remember what.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh boy.
One of those 2 months, we had the secret lair drop.
Yes.
The secret lair drop to end all secret lair drops. And that was the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That one, holy shit, did it piss off a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, it did. Absolutely.
Just being so upset that there's this cross promotion, which is kind of funny because we just got off of a cross promotion like 6 months prior, or not even like 4 months prior, with Ikoria, because we had the Godzilla crossover.
And some people didn't like that one either.
No, honestly. Some people didn't, which I see it as a slippery slope. I don't want to play Magic 10 years down the road, and have it be like every set has some little crossover promotion. If it's something that doesn't affect the game at all, I'm pretty okay with, like, you can get the you can get the Brood Moth, but it can also be Mothra. Like it's one or the other. It doesn't matter which one you have. They're effectively the same card, just with a different art. And while yes, it sucks, some people may not get that super fun Mothra art. It doesn't make you a worse player. It doesn't put you at a disadvantage for that one. Big difference, though. So the Secret Lair one did put you at a disadvantage because those were wholly new cards. Was it Negan?
Michonne, Rick. Rick was the big one that really made a lot of people mad because it's actually like good and playable.
Yeah. Well, it was like people were talking about it taking was it like Legacy or Vintage or something?
Yeah.
There's somebody, I don't know, it was on MTGO or something. Somebody was just sweeping the board with Rick. Glenn was one. Lucille, the equipment.
Yep.
And then Walker tokens, I believe.
I think that was it.
Or did we say Daryl?
We did not say Daryl. Daryl was on that list. Yeah.
Daryl.
I knew there was one main series.
Daryl was a garbage card, though.
Yeah.
I think Daryl and maybe Michonne was a good one.
Michonne was good.
Maybe Glenn and Daryl were the two worst. Then Negan was a fun possibility.
He was kind of viable in Commander a little bit.
But Rick was like damn near tier 1 in some areas, and I think he paired with Michonne for at least for the Vintage or Legacy tournament that I read about. I think it was the both of them in that deck.
Sure.
But that did highlight a huge problem with Magic. Something that we are definitely on a slippery slope with is it's all fine and good if those alternate arts are based off of cards that are accessible to the average person.
Right. And
every Secret Lair has had that. I mean, whether you're getting the one with, Mimeoplasm in it or any of those are all cards you could have gotten in the past. You had a chance. This may be your first time personally, but if you were old enough or, played at that time, you would have gotten the card. There's no way to get those cards. And at the moment, there's outside of the secondary market, you will never get those cards again. So people who have those cards they're at an advantage. And I talked to a couple people who aren't from the US of A, and they were telling me that the Secret Lair drop, so for us, $30 to $40. In their country, which is just north of us, $100. $100. If you wanted Secret Lair, it was $100, mostly due to the shipping.
Right. Because
so I mean, you're talking about a huge barrier there. Not to mention the fact some people they're either not comfortable, they don't have access to the ability to go get go online and get them. I mean, that was your only choice, with the exception of the was it Dual Lands or Fetch? I can't remember what the ones were that went to stores.
I think it was Fetch Lands, yeah.
Those were the only Secret Lairs that you saw in stores. Everything else online only. So this being another one, you put yourself at an extreme advantage to have it. And while most of the time in a casual play group, that's not a big deal.
Right.
They've already shown that if you can go to a tournament, especially one that might have some sort of monetary value, I mean, a cash prize or maybe packs, something like that,
right.
bringing something that you have a massive advantage on your opponent by having cards that are just not accessible to them anymore if they didn't have the chance to get it, right. really kind of ruins the spirit of the game, to be honest.
Right.
I mean, we're a collectible card game.
Right.
We're here to collect, but one of the basis of the game is, and this isn't true for everybody, but it's true for me, cracking packs.
Right.
Getting out there, having fun, seeing can I end up pulling a fun card today.
Right.
One that I haven't seen before, one that I haven't played with before. In fact, today, you saw in our messenger, I pulled a Jeweled Lotus, and I was so incredibly happy because I pulled one. It was the last card in the set I needed, but I'm one of those purists where I'm like, I don't want to buy the singles if I don't absolutely have to buy the single.
Right.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry, I bought that at Walmart. But
I noticed.
It was like 9 in the morning, so
before I was open.
Yeah, you weren't open yet. I'll come down and I'll buy a couple packs from you tomorrow.
Okay.
So
I would appreciate that.
But for that controversy though, that's one that anyone who is upset about it, completely warranted.
Yep.
It is something to be wary about.
Right.
The one that we talked about previously, that's not you. Whether you agree with it or not, that's your personal opinion, but it is something where it doesn't negatively affect the game. It's not some sort of slope to mass censorship in the game, because there really is no need. We're not going to start banning cards because elves are getting killed in the picture or anything.
Right.
But yeah, that one is definitely one to worry about. But we just wanted to touch base on those two. Nothing else too crazy in the world of Magic for controversy. Maybe somebody cheated somewhere. I don't know.
Probably.
I think somebody always cheats at those
Someone cheats.
There's always a cheater.
I don't know. That's a rant for another day. Pro players.
Dirty casuals.
Hey.
We're all dirty casuals.
Yeah, that's
all right, so let's go to the next thing though. We've touched on the controversy. Let's God, do you want to start with the worst or the best?
I kind of want to start with the worst. That way, it's more positive at the end.
Oh, like we kind of it's like a firework. Like the worst is the fuse being lit, so it's kind of boring to watch. But then the best is rocket into space. Okay, I like that. Okay. So let's we'll do best or worst. And so the worst list, just so everyone knows here, we didn't go with a top 10. It was just there's a lot of cards that easily fit into that worst category.
Right.
So what we wanted to do is we picked of the mainline set just one of each. Right. We will go backwards, so we'll start with Zendikar Rising, we'll end with Theros Beyond Death on that one, and then from there we'll go into the top 10, and that one isn't specific necessarily to a mainline set.
Right.
So I'll start us off here, though.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So the first one we got here, we've got Tazri, Beacon of Unity.
Yeah.
He's a 4 and a white. For a 4/6 human warrior, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. And then for either a 2 and a blue, 2 and a black, 2 or a red, 2 or it's either 10 generic mana or 1 of each color, or any variation of that. I'm not going to go through that.
Yeah.
You can look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard, and or ally cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order.
Yep.
So this was our pick for the worst commander card of Zendikar Rising.
Absolutely.
And for kind of good reason. It's one, a 5 color.
Yep.
Which sometimes can be great. I mean, opening up the entire color pie is nice.
Yep.
But the fact that you're paying either 5 mana or 10...
4 or 8.
4. Oh, yeah, sorry, there's not... Yeah, 4 or 8.
Yeah.
My bad. Because there's no white in it. So you're either paying 8 mana or one of each color minus white, to basically just scry through the top and just grab two of any of the party member creature types,
right,
and put them into your hand. And while that is somewhat nice, I think a lot of people will find that for the majority of those, cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard, ally, they don't mesh together quite as nicely. And Zendikar Rising had a couple nice cards for meshing them together like a party, like D&D.
Right.
But not enough where you're not really just saying, I want the best wizards, I want the best warriors, best rogues, best clerics, best allies.
Right.
And it's just not a cohesive deck. It's just an excuse to have the 5 colors, and really you could build any generic 5-color deck and just use this as the placeholder for the top. It's just a new age child of Alara.
Right.
So that's why we kind of picked this one. Not necessarily because it's like the worst of the worst, but because it's just kind of a disappointment.
Yeah.
It had higher expectations than what it could live up to.
Right.
So yeah, that would be Tezri. Tezri, you are garbage.
Yep.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have that one.
Oh, dude, I got it right here for you, buddy.
Okay. Well, no, I can still see it, so I mean it's fine. All right. Basri Ket from M21, who is 1 and a white. His +1. Or he starts at 3 loyalty, is that right?
He does.
Okay. Yeah. It's slightly cut off there at the bottom, that's why I was confused. Alright. Put a +1/+1 counter up to 1 target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. -2, whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. And it's -6. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. It's only 1 target creature for the +1. Like, I want something that helps my entire board.
Well, and I can understand with the +1,
right?
Just using it to tick up. But I think the 2 biggest issues I see with it is the +1 doesn't help you. It gives you indestructible, which is nice. But playing a commander, most groups have learned that indestructible does not mean invulnerable.
Right.
You will get exiled quickly.
Yep. Absolutely.
Basri, the other problem with him is that he starts at 3.
Right.
In Commander, 3 damage is a pretty common amount that you can dish out, if need be. Depending, of course, on the deck, the interactions. If it's a red deck, then you probably have that 3 covered just through direct damage. Blue, unblockable damage, things like that. Black now has Destroy Just Target Planeswalker type stuff.
And flyers.
Yeah, flyers, any number of things to help get around this. But the -6, while a fairly decent -6, you have 4 turns that guy has to sit out, minus obviously any modifiers to that. If you're able to proliferate him or anything like that changes it. But we're gonna go based strictly off the fact that you're just +1ing him every turn.
Right.
And if you don't have creatures, then
he's
+1 is gonna be useless to you.
Yeah.
The -2.
If you were like a Boros, thanks to Commander Legends, this is more doable now. But like a Boros, I forgot the word.
Go wide?
A go wide strategy, or even Voltron.
Well, and I kind of thought about the go wide strategy, like white weenies or something. But you're relying on tokens.
Yeah,
so it's like non-token creatures. You're basically screwed. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's just not a good one. This is another one that suffered from hype.
Yeah.
It was one of it was, I believe, the first of the M21 set to be spoiled for the Planeswalker. and everyone thought, oh my god, it's like a white card that's...
It's a good white planeswalker is what they're
valuable
quoting.
white planeswalker. We don't have to deal with Gideon anymore. Thank God. But yeah, it turns out you just don't see him. He wasn't as viable. And again, this could be something where in standard, maybe he was more viable if you saw him on arena more. Hey, sorry, I'm talking about Commander.
Arena since Ikoria.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
I played it the other day. I did not see a Basri. All right, so the next one, this one is a technicality on why it's the worst. It's the worst because you literally can't play it.
Yeah.
It is Lutri the Spell Chaser. This is a 1 hybrid blue-red, for a legendary elemental otter. It has Companion, which says each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name, which by design is a singleton deck, which is Commander.
Yep.
And it has Flash. It's a 3/2. And when Lutri the Spell Chaser enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. All right, so the caveat on this one is this card is fucking amazing. If you could play this card, if it wasn't banned in Commander, every single Teamer, Grixis, any combination of blue red in your Jeskai, 5 color, whatever. It would be your optimal choice for just about any of them because all it takes is slot in one game ending, instant sorcery, slot in an expropriate,
that's the
take them out. There's so many things that you can do with this one that make it powerful. Torment of Hailfire if you're Grixis. Jeskai has a few of their own. A Narset deck with Lutri as a companion would be incredibly strong.
Absolutely.
We understand why he's banned in Commander. We do kind of wish that he would only be banned as a companion and not necessarily outright banned, because he would still work well in the 99. A 3-cost copy, not a bad card.
No.
Even as a commander, a 3-cost copy that flash, still a decent commander. So it's a little sad. He kind of got shafted on that one. But you know what? If your play group's cool with it, suggest checking that one out. But because he was banned, he is the worst in Ikoria.
Yep.
Lastly,
Thrix the Sudden Storm. For 3 blue, flash flying, spells you cast with CMC 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. That sounds great, except he's already 5 mana, and now you need him around for maybe a full rotation if you cast him at sorcery speed.
Well, not to mention the fact too, he might fit with a Simic deck.
Right.
You could probably slot him in a Simic deck, but there's cheaper, better cards to exploit high CMC cards than this guy. 1 less to cast and can't be countered.
That guy from Ikoria does that better.
Oh yeah, the other companion.
Oh yeah, he lets you draw a card or whatever.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch. There's one there's one from Zendikar Rising that is you can, if it's like CMC 6 or more, power 6 or more, I can't remember which, you cascade off of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some decent cards that you don't need to worry about this guy. He probably has a place in some very niche decks, but just the cost of him paired with his kind of limited help. If it was spells you control cost 1 less and can't be countered, then you'd be insane 5 cost. But that 5 makes it so probably I don't know, 60% to 70% of your deck doesn't even get an effect off of it. So, fun stuff.
Yep.
All right, well, that was the worst.
Yep.
The worst. Now, let's go on to the best.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is the best of 2020, guys. We have done extensive research on this. We have surveyed literally billions upon billions of people.
By billions, we mean our play group.
By our play group, I mean I briefly asked them what they thought good cards were. But we did do a little. We looked up, seeing kind of the cards that were being played in Commander, decks on EDH Rec that are using these cards. And these are the 10 cards that we've come up with. We tried to stay away from just doing 10 commanders because they usually, if you're a good commander, people will slot them in a deck and they end up kind of shooting them up to more usage. So we stayed away from them.
Yep.
And these are just 10 good cards, the best cards that you should be playing come 2021. And the first one we got here is Elder Gargaroth.
Yeah.
It is a 3 green for a creature beast, a 6/6 with vigilance, reach, trample, and whenever it attacks or blocks, you can choose to either make a 3/3 green beast or a creature token. You can gain 3 life, or you can draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep doing that because I can. Why not?
Big Green Stompy.
Big Green Stompy.
Big Green Stompy.
You can get potentially 2 to 4 triggers. Honestly, 4 triggers is your best bet.
Well, not to mention, I mean, if you just take out the whenever it attacks or blocks, like,
right?
It's just that you have for 5 mana a 6/6 Vigi Reach Trample.
Right, like that's
so
insane.
You can attack without worrying about blowback.
Yep.
You can attack without worrying about blowback from flyers.
Right.
And you can attack knowing that even if they got a couple little chump blockers, you're still going to do some damage. It is a underrated card.
Yeah.
It is one.
Such insane.
It is one where I think the simplicity kind of got away from people, where they didn't think as much about it.
Right.
But this is one that any big stompy green deck or big stompy Simic deck should be running this guy.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Just a powerhouse of a card.
Let's go on the next one.
Yeah. Fierce Guardianship. 2 and a blue. Instant. If you control a commander, you may cast this spell without paying its mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. That is the ultimate haha got you. You activated my trap card.
Exactly. It is the perfect everyone always worries about,
like, if they go to like I was trying to think of some Merciless Eviction. I'll pick on that card. Merciless Eviction. Someone's about to like exile your entire board.
Kill the board? No, you're
Kablam.
not.
You're not
killing that board.
Even for 3, the 3 mana cost is great. If you get it out for free, even better.
Well, if you get it out for free, I mean, there's nothing better. A Cheerio counter.
Right.
I'll take it because there's not many of those. There's what's the one that costs 5 on your next upkeep? I can never remember the name of it.
Pact of Negation.
Is that? That's one of the things.
Well, something like that. I don't know.
You're gonna know what it is.
Yeah, comment section.
So yeah, comment section. But it's it's a Cheerio where there's no downside coming later. You just need to set up your commander.
Right.
Which I mean,
usually you're trying to ramp out to your commander.
Yeah, you're trying to get to your commander no matter what. This is just a little cherry right on top of the cake that is your commander.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that was number 9. So let's go to.
And these aren't in particular order, are they?
Oh,
they can be. Okay.
I don't know if they're in particular order. I just kind of hodgepodged them together as I found them.
Okay.
I think number 1 is my favorite, but we'll see.
Okay.
So number 8 though, here, this is one that is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Nyx Bloom Ancient, a 4 green for an enchantment creature elemental, 5/5 with trample, and if you would tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead.
It's just insane.
This is the one that broke mana basis. So typically, beforehand, everyone who would refer to a mana doubler was usually referring to things that would say, if it were to produce a mana, produce an additional 1 of that color. And there are exceptions to that. There was a couple that were doublers. Right. This is the one where it is triple.
It is triple.
And you are going to quickly learn how to do some hard math if you want to build a teamer copy deck. You have 3 Nyx Bloom agents out. That is 27 mana for every land tapped.
Yep.
And I'm not going to go through the math too much more on that because my brain will hurt. But yeah, just a couple more ends up getting you into the vault. I think into the thousands.
Yeah.
So this was one where you saw a lot of people build a deck where they just wanted to ramp an insane amount of mana, drop the X cost card, and finish out the game.
Yeah.
Torment of Hailfire.
Yep. Yeah, I did that for 97.
Yeah.
Still lost the game.
Ah, gross.
Yeah.
Well, next time, build a deck with Nyx Bloom Agent and do it full.
No, I had the Nyx.
Oh, you had it.
I was the one casting.
Well, what you should have did is had 4 Nyx Bloom
Agents. What I
should
have done was...
If you had 4, you would have had...
hold up a counter target ability. No, I'm not getting that.
I'm
still salty about that loss. Don't at me.
Okay. You sound pretty salty.
Yeah.
Take us to the next one,
okay.
Salty spittoon.
Yeah. Commander's Plate for 1 mana. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has protection from each color that's not in your commander's color. I didn't. Equipped commander is 3, and then its equipped cost is 5. This card is great because look at that. It protects. Mardu is now protected from blue and green.
Or
yeah.
You have
mono white
colorless deck. Essentially, it just becomes Progenitus. Oh, you can't touch any of my stuff anymore.
Oh, that's great. I never thought about that.
One caveat: artifact decks kind of ruin that for you.
Yeah, just a little bit,
but yeah, this is one where
funny.
You have to build around it a little bit. There's a little finagling there,
right?
But you have a mono-colored or a zero-colored deck. Say you're...
Right.
I'm trying to think of Emrakul.
Yep.
Would be a good one.
Emrakul.
You essentially give it the same... Effectively, a similar protection that Progenitus would have. Progenitus will always be better because it's protection from everything.
Right.
But having protection from the 5 colors is pretty much going to be you're not going to touch me again.
Right.
So, and then +3/+3. I mean, 4. Right. It's a 4 cost that gives you +3/+3 and all those extra benefits. It is one of the great cards coming out of Commander Legends.
They really gave. I can't think of the Voltron decks a buff this year.
They gave him a leg up. They did.
Yeah.
They also gave white and red a bit of a bump.
Absolutely.
Oh
boy.
All right. So going back to Theros again, we have Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath.
Yeah.
This is 1 green-blue for a legendary creature, Elder Giant, 6/6. When Uro enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Whenever Uro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield, and if it's in the graveyard, you can escape it for green, green, blue, blue, and exiling 5 other cards in your graveyard. This was one where just it did decent rant. You played like a Simic deck.
Yep.
Have him at the helm. Drop him, send him to his graveyard. You get the extra land drop right away.
Yep.
Or you send him to your command zone, rather. Get the extra land drop right away. Turn 4, I guess, if you were just doing it normally, You're dropping your 5th land, playing him again, playing another land. He goes back to command zone. Turn 6.
Yeah.
Basically, you're doubling the amount of lands that you can place out. It really becomes a how full can you keep your hand? Which, if you're playing Simic, you can keep your hand pretty full of lands.
And he helps do that too because you're drawing a card every time you cast him.
Yeah, and you're gaining 3 life.
Enters, excuse me, but yeah, and you're gaining 3 life. Like you gain so much life with this deck.
Yeah, you do a decent job of card draw, life gain, and I guess mana ramping.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's better cards, but
right.
the fact that you're getting all three of those, and when everything's said and done, you've played out 5, 6. You've played your harvests and all your sorceries to get more land. Then you just let him hit the graveyard and escape him back to the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly.
Then he becomes a legitimate 6/6 threat to the other player.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if he dies, who cares?
Who cares? Then you get to do that whole cycle.
Do the whole cycle over again. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
He's one where you have a lot of interaction with him anywhere on the board.
Yeah.
And he looks cool.
He does look cool. Yeah.
He does. He's like a big old gaping mouth.
Right.
He actually kind of looks like a blow-up doll. His mouth reminds me of a blow-up doll. Does it not remind you of a blow-up doll?
I started laughing so hard because you're right.
It does. What are you doing there, Aurora?
That's great.
I wonder why Crooks looks so happy all the time. No, right. That's what we got for that. Well, let's go on to the next one here.
Okay. Horizon Stone for 5 mana artifact. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes colorless instead.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. You can tap at someone's end step and then you still have that.
Yeah, well, it's a good way of saving up some mana.
Yeah, exactly.
This is another one where X cost kind of comes into play.
Yeah,
start saving for the X's.
Yeah.
The reason I like it on this list, though, is because typically there's... so if you wanted to do the unspent mana doesn't move from your mana pool, it was really something that sat prominently in green. Like, green kind of had the take on that one.
Right,
and there was a few other cards and other colors that may let you hold on to the mana until the end of turn. But there's none that just give you like a little piggy bank of mana, quite like green could do. So this one gives a fairly decently costed way of doing that. 5 is a tad bit expensive.
Right.
But you get that out there and you can just start saving mana as much as you please for those big old...
That really helps white decks.
It does, because white might sit there going, I don't have anything, I'm 2 mana short. Well, next turn you're not going to be 2 mana short.
Right.
Unless you only have 3 mana, then you will always be 2 mana short. You can't play this.
Right.
But it helps white a lot. It's just a solid way of saying, I want my mana to be as efficient as possible. And there's nothing more efficient than being able to tap all of your mana and use every single bit of it.
Right.
And this allows you to do that. Good job, Horizon Stone.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't know how many we have left. I think we're at number 3 right now. We haven't said any of the numbers.
Count.
I know. But let's go on this next one.
Yeah, you got this one.
We're living in Ikoria.
Yeah.
Because we have a Luminous Broodmoth.
Speaking of Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Okay, I'm not offending all our viewers.
Alright, we've got Luminous Broodmoth here. It is a 2 white for a creature insect, 3/4 flyer. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. Oh my god!
Yeah, this is what white needed.
It did. White needed like this insane protection of like it'll leave and come back stronger, or ideally you're playing commander, you're gonna find a way around it.
Right.
Solemnity.
Yep.
My creatures never die.
Yep.
They will never die, and they will always come back.
They can get exiled. It should be noted.
They can be exiled, but exiled's usually not nearly
a board wipe either.
Yeah, well, you're not. I mean, you've got like Perilous Vault and that,
right?
But if you're doing like spot removal, you're only gonna have so many exiles. You're gonna have to start dipping into destruction, and the only way around it would be to get rid of Luminous Broodmoth first. So at the very least, it's gonna make them waste one thing.
Right.
But at its worst, that is like a Liliana level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping your shit on board.
Yeah.
Just for
and they come back with flying counters. Like,
well, they do. Yeah, if you don't have the Solemnity, they come back with flying counters.
Like
so you get to double dip on all of them. Right. If you do have the Solemnity, or you do have something to remove counters,
right,
then they are effectively immortal.
Right.
You have a bunch of little Gideons.
Absolutely.
Which wasn't that immortal, was he?
Not really.
Face, Gideon. Fuck you.
Remember the early days when we would constantly poop on Gideon?
Yeah.
That was fun.
I think we should go back to it.
I think we should too.
Shit on it. Oh, here's one. Here's one where I just had to put a placeholder card, but it was the entire cycle.
Okay, gotcha.
So.
The Triumph cycle. Just because this one's on the...
Yeah, you can just...
Yeah, they enter all tapped. They were typically tricolor lands that were like a forest, island, and mountain. They all had cycling for 3 colorless mana. And you can fetch them turn 1 with your fetch lands.
Yeah, because they all are the land type of
land
the
types.
3 corresponding
They already
colors.
enter tapped, so I mean you might as well if you got nothing better to use your mana on.
Yeah.
They have cycling for late game, which is just great because then it's like, oh, I don't need this land. Bye, see ya.
I think they were, after getting kind of sick of temples,
right?
These were a nice addition where we said, all right, they're not too powerful. We're not talking, you know, OG duels or anything, but they are strong enough that you can include them in a deck, and they have enough flexibility that you could fetch them if you need to, you can cycle them if you need to, you can use them. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And there wasn't one for every combination of colors, so it's one that if you haven't used it, look it up. But they're in Ikoria. If you pulled a lot of Ikoria, they were fairly common rares in that set. So they were just a solid land. They were our favorite lands of the year. Yeah. There's not a whole lot to say about lands. They're just they're your mana base. That's what keeps you. That's what keeps you chugging along. That's the goal. All right.
Oh goodness.
So we got 2 left here. Number 2. Yeah. This is going to be the controversial one because there's people that love this card and people that hate this card, and I hate the people that hate this card. Looking at you, Carlos. He was talking shit to me on Twitter today.
Yeah, I saw that before we recorded. I was looking around on Twitter.
I mean, I love you, Carlos. Please listen. All right, but we have at the second place mark, we've got Jeweled Lotus, the Cheerio of Commander Legends.
Yeah.
It is a artifact that says tap, sack the Jeweled Lotus, add 3 mana of any one color, spend this mana only to cast your commander. Some people hate this card.
Which is understandable.
Get it. I understand hating it if you think it's too good.
Right.
But some people are like, this card is garbage. It only works in certain types. Like, show me a deck that it doesn't work well in. Like, maybe if you're talking like a 5-color, like, I don't know.
Yeah, 5 colors?
Progenitus type, but even some 5 colors. If it's 3, 4, 5 colors, but there is any form of generic mana attached to that, this is a good card.
Even Ramos, the Dragon Engine, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Like, that's great in that deck, because you can get Ramos online.
Well, you can use it for any, I mean, play Narset, you know.
Narset is the worst, like, the worst possible scenario for this card use.
Well, I'm saying like, so let me.
Well, yeah, I know, a turn 3 Narset is disgusting.
Turn 3 sexy Narset. I think I picked the wrong Narset. I did. But yeah, whatever. As long as it has 1 colored mana and 2 generic mana that need to be paid for that card, this card is a steal. I don't get why people don't see it. Like, yes, there is definitely decks where this card is shit, but not nearly as many as people seem to think. In a monocolored deck,
yeah, that works.
My Tef deck, oh my god, this thing it's going in there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to be brutal when it is. A turn 2 Tef.
Yeah.
Would lock out the game for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's the reason why it's number 2. Not quite number 1. And you're gonna see that bad mamma jamma who is when Ben tells you all about him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This guy. Oh yeah. This guy was crazy good this year.
Yeah, he was. All right, take us away.
Yeah, Teferi, Master of Time. 2, blue. You may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time, on any player's turn. Anytime you can cast an instant. Which means in Commander, you can do it 4 times in 1 turn.
It was nice.
It was very nice and ridiculously hard to deal with because, of course, they're in blue, so they have an answer
everything.
for something.
What are the
The abilities. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. It's a great way to neutralize threats.
Yep. Voltron deck?
Voltron decks, yep.
More like Notron.
Or like just the head.
Just that.
And then -10, take 2 extra turns after this one, because why not?
Which remember, normally with 3 loyalty counters starting, you would be looking at 8 at
turns.
least 4 rotations of the table. Because of his static ability,
yeah.
it's 2 rotations of the table.
So crazy.
2 rotations, you keep him good, and you're taking 2 extra turns. And within those 2 extra turns, he's getting 2 more counters, lowering the amount of times that you need to do it. He is a ridiculous card. He is hands down the best Planeswalker of this year.
Oh, absolutely.
I would say he's one of the best Planeswalkers of the last 10 years.
Oh, honestly.
He's amazing. I can't remember how far back Planeswalkers go.
I don't know.
There's a certain point where they stop, but
yeah. I mean,
probably less than 10 years.
Right.
So really, I could have just as easily said he's the best Planeswalker ever.
I mean,
he's probably not. I mean, Karn Liberated. And that's
Karn
pretty
Liberated,
good.
Ugin,
Ugin,
Chase the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah, good old JC boy. Yeah. But just to know how good he is, this guy stands toe to toe with them. I mean, we're not talking he's worse by a margin. We're talking. It is a matter of opinion when you're talking about which one's better at that point. So, Teferi, Master of Time, best one ever in the history of time. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Don't at me. At him.
They can. I would like to know. Tell us what you guys.
You can at me too.
Tell us what you guys think about it. What do you guys think about it? We'd love to hear it. Unless it's criticizing me about my love for Teferi. In which case, go to hell. I love Teferi.
I hate how he stops fun for me personally, but I mean, you can't deny this card is just powerful.
It is. All right. Let's get into a little bit of Commander's Advocate.
Yeah.
Cue the Commander's Advocate. Da-dun.
That was super cool last time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. You want to start first?
Sure. Why not? Didn't we have this guy last time?
I think we did.
All right. I'm going to...
One more time.
Yeah.
I don't want to do Ulamog again.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. We've never seen this guy before.
We haven't. All right, let's know
Krond
what it is.
the Dawnclad is an Archon that is green-white. He costs 3 green and 3 white, so that mana cost. It's a flying vigilance. Whenever it attacks, if it's enchanted, exile target permanent. It is a 6/6.
Alright.
Oh, I don't know what to think of that, because that ability is super cool.
It is a super cool ability. And it's a 6/6, and it's got flying, and it's got vigil.
Yeah, and it's in colors that care about. Okay, so I'm going to say it's the best. You have to tell me why it's the worst.
Oh, why it's the worst?
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's half...
These guys.
It's got half white in it, so that's gross.
But I don't know what I expected at this point.
Let's go to the other thing. We're talking 3 green, 3 white to get this guy out.
Yeah.
So certain decks, mainly land destruction, are going to fuck you good.
Land destruction.
Oh, you got that 3 planes? No, you don't. You got 2 now.
Teferi's protection.
Whatever. He has a 6/6, pretty good, flying Vigi, but he doesn't really do anything to protect himself. He has to be enchanted for the ability to work. Granted, the XL target permanent is pretty awesome. I will say that's cool. But you don't just have to worry about protecting him. You have to protect the enchantments on him. A quick bounce, all the enchantments go off into the graveyard, and he's got to come back out again. So he certainly is a little more fragile than he seemed, both in the front of trying to get out and once he is out. But I will say he is a fun commander. I have ran him in the 99 before.
Okay, yeah.
He is certainly fun.
I would like to do a Voltron strategy with him.
I had him in Karametra, I believe.
Yeah.
Selesnia's god from Theros.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Good though. I will say he's good. Aside from Commander's Advocate, he is a decent card. But yeah, if you want to try to get 3 green and 3 white and not have people try to stop you because they know what it can do, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass.
I can imagine. Yeah.
But all right, let's go on.
I don't know too many
land destruction
players.
Well, that's because we try to murder them whenever they come up.
Okay, yeah, true. You right.
That's why we got the extra big dumpster behind the shop. Alright. Time to go to the next one. Oh, you have...
Ooh.
Oh, you got a Commander Legends one.
Yeah, I see that.
You get a Modi, Celebrant of Bounty, Cascade, which I'm not going to read all that crap. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade, and it is a 3 green blue for a 3/1, and it's a Naga Druid.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say this is garbage and sucks.
Okay, it's the best ever.
Yeah, you guys
because Cascade is great. And whenever you cast a CMC 6 or greater, you just go through your entire deck.
So you just do you just have.
Oh yeah, you absolutely go all in on that 6 CMC, and you just ramp like crazy because you're in green blue. You just ramp. Earl is great in that deck. Changed my mind.
It's not 6 CMC.
I know he's not, but I mean, like, if you cascade into him, great. If you don't, you don't.
I don't know.
I don't know
how I feel about this Naga. I do like what you're saying, but I just don't know how I feel about the Naga.
Yeah.
Which has got like 6 arms. That's ruining it for me.
There was one person in our play group who played it.
Well?
It did fairly well. Nobody knew what was coming, really. Like, we were expecting big dumb stuff, but not that big dumb stuff.
Oh.
So yeah, if left unchecked, that deck is hard to deal with.
Alright, so just kill the snake.
Yeah, you have to
kill the snake if you have to.
Yeah.
If you want to get around it.
Yeah.
Alright. That was Commander's Advocate.
That was.
Alright, we got like 2 more things to do here.
Yeah.
First one, let's not announce the winners of the Mana Drain and Hans Eriksson deck because it's not January 1st. I'm doing it at the stroke of midnight. But since you guys are listening to it after we would have announced, we would like to say congratulations, guy or girl or non-binary.
Oh my god.
Congratulations, you.
Dig ourselves a hole.
Congratulations to whatever pronoun they would like to use. We are ecstatic that they were able to win that. It is maybe out in the mail. It has been a horrible week for Minnesota and trying to get things out because it's just snowy and crappy and gross.
Yeah.
But either way, congratulations to you. You are truly our favorite listener, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Counter all the things with the mana drain.
Counter everything with the mana drain, and love everything with the Hans Eriksson deck.
Yep.
Which I'm still, like, as of right now, still putting together.
Do you want me to pitch in some cards?
Nah, no, you're good. If you want to help me go through my cards quick, though, and we're done.
Okay, yeah, that works. Cool.
But yeah, that was it for that. And last thing, let's put the swords away. Talk about a little bit of what's going on outside the world of Magic. What have you been up to? Any fun games?
Not really fun games. I don't know. I haven't been doing much, honestly. I've been working and
sounds incredibly boring.
It does, yeah. Had just finished up our Christmas stuff, and then we're doing our Secret Santa with our friend group tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's about it, honestly.
And
then, well, obviously getting, wasted. Woo!
Woo! Oh, wait, you guys doing something Thursday night?
We are. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh.
Because all the bars are closed.
I mean, yeah, no, we're not going out to bars. We're just doing it.
Alright, I'll sit outside you guys' house and I'll just drink a bottle of, like, just cheap vodka.
Go for it.
And scream at you guys while you're all partying inside.
Go for it.
But yeah, no, this week, though.
Yeah.
I have watched one movie and played one game.
Ooh.
Watched Soul. The Pixar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Super good. Don't want to spoil anything in case you haven't seen it. But it is an amazing movie. Pixar continues their 25-year streak of knocking it out of the park every single time.
I'm honestly not surprised.
Yeah, it is like...
I mean, it's even got Jamie Foxx in it.
And Tina Fey.
That's... Those two right there are just...
did you ever watch The IT Crowd, that British sitcom about IT people?
I've seen bits and pieces.
You know the black guy?
Okay, yeah.
He's in it.
Oh, that's
really
awesome.
Funny too.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, fantastic movie. Pixar kills it again, and it's one of the ones that's more poignant. It's more akin to Up and WALL-E and that where the message is it's a message that very much works on an adult level, wrapped neatly in a child's perception type thing.
Pixar is good at that.
Pixar is really good at that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I've been playing is Stellaris.
Stellaris.
It is a real-time strategy game that is... Do I have it on there? No. It's a real-time strategy game that you basically create a whole galactic empire, and then there's other things that happen. Ancient races come and try to destroy the galactic empires. But the cool thing is like it's literally thousands of star systems, and each star system will have planets and things, and the maps are just massive.
Okay.
And you design your own ships. Like I have this big Titan ship, and I just built one, a World Killer is what they call them.
Okay.
And it's like a big ring with a gun in the middle, and you just float it over the world, and then it just shoots, and you see the world like heat up, and then just kind of break apart like it's being cracked. It's a super fun game. It is. You have a PlayStation. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say on Xbox, it's free on Xbox on Game Pass, but that's what I've been doing. So a lot of fun. But,
right on.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
So that's the show, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. We got like 2 minutes before the hour mark, so let's try to get it before the hour mark. Okay. My name is Ben. You can catch me at MNFrost on Twitter.
Yep. I am OtherBen007. Oh my gosh. I'm OtherBen. You can catch me on Twitter at OtherBen007.
Or if you want to catch the both of us, you can catch us at _the_99, which will probably change in the future. So if you're listening to this like 3 months down the road, I just lied to you. So you can also go to Instagram, where it's SwordB&B. There's a bunch of underscores
we are
in
on
there.
Instagram.
We are on Instagram. I got like 2 pictures up. Cool. Facebook, we don't care about that. Don't bother.
Yeah.
You can also...
You're right.
We're active on Discord, just not a Discord of our own. So if you happen to see us on any Discord anywhere, any of those servers, say hello. We won't tell you where we're at though. But yeah,
I'm in like so many Discord servers now these days.
I know it's ridiculous. I only use like 2 of them.
Yeah.
I've been using that one we both just joined like a week ago. I've been using.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
So I want to stay active.
I stay active in it. I look. I don't.
You're a lurker.
Speak. Yeah, I'm a lurker.
All right. Well, either way, I think that's pretty much. Oh, subscribe to our YouTube channel too.
Oh yeah.
I don't have the link, but just type in the 99 or something. I don't know. Find it. But yeah, on the count of 3, let's say Happy New Year and end this.
Okay.
So count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.